Hi, I'm darkmindedsith. Welcome back to Let's Not Rhyme the entire episode. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what the heck that was about. Anyway, I'm darkmindedsith, and I would like for you to join me as we journey through Stone Tower Temple, the fourth temple, and without a doubt, my favorite temple of the entire game. Well, this is some rather interesting music for the Stone Tower Temple, if I do say so myself, but I for one was kind of expecting the Stone Tower Temple music to kind of go a little something like this. This'll have to do, I guess. Alright, got our first room. It's a very nice way to invite us into this temple. But I definitely would say that this is my favorite temple of the entire game. It just has the best music, the best atmosphere, and it's just the most pleasant to be in. I feel like I actually wouldn't mind hanging out in this temple, minus the bad guys and such. This is a temple I feel like you could bring your friends to and just have a good time. Under the stars, nice pretty scenery. The other three temples, not so much. Yeah, there's something about the swampy Woodfall Temple that isn't as inviting, but... crap. Alright, so that's Stray Fairy number 1. Just hit the bullseye there, grab the treasure chest, and that'll do it. Ah, shucks. Link's gymnastic skills didn't quite do the trick there. Thankfully, they gave us a handy ladder here. There's something about going up the ladders in the Zelda games that just isn't quite that fun. Alright, room number 2. For those of you who were big fans of the Elegy of Emptiness puzzle that we had before this, well, this will be like Christmas morning to you, because yeah, we've got more Elegy of Emptiness puzzles. Thankfully the game was a little generous and didn't really make this whole temple Elegy of Emptiness based, so you're in luck if you're not a huge fan. So, first, is that a cracked wall? Well, that has to only mean that somebody just didn't really do a very good construction job. So, let's get rid of that. Alright, sorry about the little cut there. I had a recording issue. The capture card sometimes does not want me to succeed. Sometimes, I guess my voice doesn't want me to either. Alright, so behind these big boxes, we've got some little boxes. Big box, little box, small box. Okay, and these boxes are going to be our good friends here. Because of these guys, we don't have to play the Elegy of Emptiness as much. We can just set these little boxes on these little switcheroonies here. That'll make it to where we don't have to use our stupid, weird-looking statue creepy guys to hold these switches down. At least not as many. Wait a minute. A switch on the ceiling? Well, that's just silly. A treasure chest on... This is like some silly fun house. What is this nonsense? How on earth are we going to open treasure chest on the ceiling? That's just strange. Anyway, so now we got 2 more switches, but we're out of boxes. So, yep, back to the Elegy of Emptiness stuff, folks. It's okay, don't cry. The game was a little generous, actually. You don't really have to do that too much in this temple, thankfully. If they based the entire temple off of that whole thing, then I don't think it'd be nearly as fun. Oh, wow, that's a mega switch there. Thankfully, we've got a big, fat, plumpy Goron to press his old fat weight on here. Sorry, man, I'm just telling it how it is. And with all these switches in this room pressed down, that opens up that little gate door. Okay, apparently he's not quite the bongo beater. Didn't play that Donkey Kong game, whatever the heck that was. Never played that. That game that had the bongos with the GameCube or whatever that nonsense was. Anyway, all the switches are now pressed with the assistance of this beautiful looking guy. He's got a positive attitude. Even while in danger, gotta give him that. Alright, so that gives us access to this room. Alright, so let me go ahead and get rid of this obnoxious idiot. I gotta give the Guays credit. They have been really committed this entire Let's Play. Every time I step out, they try to kill me, and I succeed in defeating them every time, but they just keep coming back. They're kind of like killer bees. Killer bees are apparently aggressive and will, like, follow you forever. So I guess Guays are like the killer bees of this game. Alright, blow that up. That'll take you back to your good old Ocarina of Time Dodongo's Cavern days, where you have to access the giant Dodongo by blowing up this little square area. But we're actually not going to leap down there like a maniac, because in my experience, you usually take fall damage for doing that, so we'll go the long way. Give Link's feet some... His feet have seen enough torture. Alright, so by blowing that up just a second ago, it's like the heavens. It's like God is sending me a message. Alright, we can shine the light on that. Now that the sun is in here. And there we go, it gets rid of the block there. We got some lava. Well, we're gonna need our Goron friend. This temple's... It wants us to combine all of our friends. You know, we used the Goron a couple times now. So I guess later we'll use the Deku, maybe we'll use the Zora. It wants to make sure that we use everything. Nothing goes to waste in this temple. Alright, well we have these statues. We can pull them. You have this statue, you can pull him as well. So the game tries to hoodwink you here. You go, so these are just regular statues. I can pull them and... nope. Some of them are bad guys. Yeah. Thought you could fool me, game. Nintendo, I've been playing your games long enough. You don't quite trick me as much. Alright, but the Goron with his mighty punch of death just takes these guys out with like one hit, so... There's two more right here. What you can actually do is, if you can get it, if you can do it properly, you can get him to blow up the other one here. Nah, I didn't do it. You can get the one Armos to blow up the other Armos here. Kill two Armos with one Armos. Nah, we'll just defeat him the old-fashioned way. Defeating all the Armoses. Is that the plural for Armos? Armoses? Armai, maybe? I don't know. That gives us a treasure chest. And that's our first key of the temple. And here we have... Ooh, treasure chest. A big one. Just gonna look so not ridiculous with the Goron here. I don't know what it is. It just looks crazy. Especially that... What kind of crazy angle is that? Yep, that's our map. But we got one more little goodie in here. The game really wants to fool me and I won't let it. Look up there. Ah! A hookshot point, yeah. Thought I would overlook that, didn't you, game? Nope. There you go, hookshot point. Shoot there. And aha! Another treasure chest. And that gives us Stray Fairy number 2. That's right, the Stray Fairies are back. More prizes in store. It's like going to Chuck E. Cheese. Play the games enough, do the challenges successfully, and you get prizes. Of course, places like that always... the prizes are never really too consistent. Never seems worth it. It's always like a bajillion tickets for an eraser or something. Alright, so... If you're attached to this little part of the temple here, you're going to need to give it your final goodbyes. Well, not final goodbyes, but you want to say goodbye for a little bit. Because once we jump in this water here, we won't be able to get back on this platform unless we go all the way around the temple again. So if you have any unfinished business with this platform, you want to be sure to say goodbye, because once we get in the water here, that's it. If you go up here, you'll notice we cannot get to that platform anymore. Nope. So in order to get back up there, you would have to go all the way around the temple again. So just thought I'd let you know before I dove in like crazy. Aha! Now it's time for our Zora friend. Yep. Well, that's fun. The temple wants to make sure nothing goes to waste. All of our friends gather together. Alright, now here's a crazy part of this temple that I'm not too fond of. This platform is kind of high up, a little out of reach. So how do we get to it? What you actually have to do is let the Dexy hand here throw you up there. Which I'm not too crazy about, because a while back I did this temple on a practice run, and my instinct was to avoid the Dexy hand, because it's an enemy and it throws you around, and it, you know... When it comes to an enemy, my instinct is either to get rid of the enemy or to avoid the enemy, but you actually need to use it to get on this... As far as I don't know any other way to get up here. But you want to be sure to hit this switch here. This is very important, so you don't want to forget this. Use the sword attack to hit that switch. Over there, it gives us a treasure chest that we won't be able to get yet, because that's that platform over there that we don't have access to right now. If only Link ate a few more vegetables, perhaps he'd be like 6'5", and he'd be able to reach it, but I'll cut him some slack. He's had a lot on his plate. And I don't mean food, as in hasn't eaten his vegetables. Alright, so let's swim on through. Bump our head on the wall like a maniac. Oh, great. Got some underwater enemies here. All we need to do down here is hit this switch. And what does that do? That gives us a treasure What?! Oh, come on. On the ceiling. Or not the ceiling, but upside down. It's like a mean sibling or something. You know? Hey, you found my keys. Yep, but I'm going to put them on the high shelf here so you can't reach them. See you later. This game is cruel sometimes. It just loves messing with your head. Alright, so we're going to have to make a note of that treasure chest. Don't forget it. Remember that there's an upside-down treasure chest. I mean, how can you forget that? Alright, we got another eyeball, this time frozen. Let's free you from your icy prison. Melt that, and... oh, closes its eyes. And another one! What is that? Are we gonna have to turn into a bat or something? This is just getting plain silly. Alright, so we now have 3 treasure chests in the matter of like a minute that we can't access yet, so just make a note of these treasure chests. So now what we need to do in this little puzzle is shine light on that mirror over there. I guess it starts over. Okay. Shine light on the mirror there, wait a little while so it can power up and absorb the light. And then when it reflects there, you can reflect it on the sun right there. And there you go. Gets rid of that block. And that's actually on the... if you go through here, this actually leads us back to the beginning of the temple, and that kind of functions as a shortcut. We're not going to bother with that right now. We're going to get our next treasure chest, and I didn't kill the bomb chew, so it's going to be in the... it's over there in the cutscene. That's just silly. And there's our compass, which we're definitely going to need this temple, because the compass really comes in handy this temple. Because we got so many treasure chests that we can't get and have to go back for. There's 2 in this room right here, as you can see, that we just can't get yet. The game loves messing with our head.